Thanks again for coming today. Really appreciate you taking time. This is a busy time of the year. I just went to kindergarten graduation for my son the other day, and boy, every track and field event, every single thing that's going on. So thanks for stopping down today, and we'll get going. Before we get started, how many of you are in some kind of a social networking site? LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that? Okay, if you're not, ask the person next to you. Facebook's now up over 280 million users. It's one of the quickest forms of media to grow. I mean, it's grown more quickly than any form of media in history, which is pretty remarkable. So hopefully you'll get where we're going with this. We just really hope to show you more than anything what is working in interactive marketing today. Pete Frisch and I met about 5 weeks ago, and I shared with him a story of being on a local media website, news-related website, and there were 18 articles about everything that's wrong right now, how bad the economy is, all these things that are happening. And I said, you know what, we just had another great story from a client about how many new customers they got, how many people were reacting to their marketing. Whether we developed that or not, there are so many positive things happening. And I wanted to stop down in the middle of these challenging times and talk about what is working, and there's quite a few stories. We are going to have a Q&A session at the end of this today, so if you've got questions, we'll happily answer those. And we're willing to stay after extra time if you'd like to come up and ask very specific questions about your business. We're always happy to meet with you to discuss things in further detail. Radio is proactive, it's intrusive, it's targeted, it's attention-getting, and it can deliver your message with frequency to the masses. When you're pulling listeners from radio to the internet, we can reach a target audience with frequency and send them to a location where they can qualify themselves as prospects. They're listeners to us, they're prospects to you. Great offer, information, educating them about what it is that you do. People empower themselves online. Interactive is not a just add water solution. I think we all sat around in 1995 and said, I'm going to put a rectangle on a media website and everybody's going to show up. I'm going to have my logo there and people will know how to do business with me. Well, there was a lot of money wasted, a lot of money spent. While some things worked, there was a big thing called the dot-bomb that happened in there. Here's the news flash. Integrated strategies, just like any other great marketing, follow a formula. A detailed marketing objective, meaning, who are you trying to reach? What are you trying to get them to do? Is it a male 35-54 and you want them to buy 100 of your lawnmowers this spring? You can develop a creative strategy around that a lot better than you can say, we're trying to get everybody to our hardware store right now. You can be very focused. From narrow focus comes broad results. The lottery has been pretty remarkable in their success in a short period of time. When I got involved in the sales side of radio a little over 13 years ago, with radio only, very successful. The media did just fine before internet came along, and a lot of you have used it in the past. But we really tended to say it's going to take 6 to 8 to 10 weeks to really get up and running, to get people to trust your brand, actually show up to your store, et cetera, et cetera. Well, with internet and some of its creative solutions to get people's attention, we can actually learn from the radio by utilizing the web. In this situation, with the lottery, this was a new vehicle for them. So they wanted to get KQRS listeners to buy more lottery tickets by gaining more exposure. To use traffic 10s, a short little traffic 10 to be able to get people's attention, ask them to go to our site, enter keyword lottery to win 92 scratch-offs, and also to see the Terry Train customized video. We built a bridge page, and we build a lot of bridge pages. If you're not sure what that means, you've also probably heard it called a jump page or a splash page. But what I've seen work really well is these bridge pages versus just sending a client, or a prospect from a banner ad out to a client website. Oftentimes, a client website has to be everything that they do, all that they sell and all that they're trying to be. Whereas you may be buying that particular station for a specific target. That said, you don't always have to have a bridge page that we built. You may choose to have a bridge page that's really an extension of your website, that it's got your web address / this particular promotion. So We also did contesting in this situation, and the client expectations, major exposure to adults 25-54, and exceed 3,000 video views in 1 month. That was our promise to both the lottery and their advertising agency called McVoy, who helped us with the creative process. The results, over 13,000 video views from 162,000 online ad impressions in just 1 month. The national average for click-through on a banner on a typical media website is 0.04%, meaning that 4 in 1,000 people or impressions will actually click on that. So this was monumental in getting 8% click-through rate. I'm going to go ahead and play the traffic 10 that was, had a pretty decent frequency on our air to be able to drive the campaign, which is still going on right now.
The 73 is partly cloudy. Traffic information, here's Terry Train, KQ.
This update is brought to you by the Minnesota State Lottery. And a bunch of stuff happening now. St. Louis backed up to 101. Looking for a little instant fun today? Go to the KQ website, enter the keyword lottery, and register for your chance to win 92 scratch-off tickets from the Minnesota State Lottery. Players must be 18 or older.
Very good, thank you.
So there's the message right there, and then we'll go over to the KQ website. And there's a few different ways that our listeners could get to this lottery bridge page. A cube ad, which is this right here. It's 300 by 250 in dimensions. If you are not subscribed to the Interactive Advertising Bureau's daily email, and you want to know a lot more about Interactive and what's happening, subscribe to that. I believe it's iab.net or iab.com. And then you get their daily newsletter, and they talk about all the latest trends and what's happening with online. I steal a lot from there. The other place I steal, you see all these different books over there. Books like Tribes by Seth Godin, Juicing the Orange, which I believe, Carol, you can tell me, was that part of Fallon McGilligan? I believe that was the folks tied in there. Purple Cow, also Seth Godin, about making your advertising stand out. Permission Marketing, which Sarah's browsing through right now. Several different books. Not only have we tried to learn about what's happening around the country, but we really tried to read up on what the latest trends are and what's working. Tribes, I think, does the best job of explaining why Facebook is doing so well. That we are all going back to where we came from with this tribal philosophy. I've always felt that radio stations tend to be like that. If people are passionate about your station, you show up to an event, you can kind of tell those people are passionate about that. We're certainly that way about music as well. So you can get there from a cube ad. You can get there from our video wall, which is right over here. You can see Terry Dreams Big. And then you can also go to keyword. Our keyword works a little different than some other media sites. Our keyword goes directly out to these bridge pages or directly to our client website. We don't go put you out in Google so that all your competitors are there. We try to drive you to the specific page. So I typed in keyword lottery. It takes me over to the bridge page. Easy to get to.
Hey you guys, what do you do with a bachelor who thinks he's God's gift to women? Exchange him. I knew it! What's your dream? You can make it come true. Just click below and win 92 scratch-off tickets from the Minnesota State Lottery. Oh, and good luck.
So you probably see it's it's not the Cecil B. DeMille production there. What's interesting is that, as we've learned from YouTube, people don't necessarily want that. In this case, they're getting to see Terry train, they're getting to learn more about the lottery, and we can also measure their time on page. And we see that our listeners, by and large, are sticking on this page for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, just a little longer than the video was. YouTube taught us with their 8 billion videos downloaded last year that you really don't want a video to be longer than 2 minutes and 35 seconds. That's really what they've learned. And you can see on this bridge page, there's some co-branding that happens between KQ and the lottery. And there's that chance to register to win.